Lizzo is hoping to deliver something special with her second album. And you know the deal. I'm going to give you my first listen reaction to each track. I can't play any of the tracks because here's the deal. Her record label, they made a copyright claim over my video where she sang the lyrics to About Damn Time when Reese Witherspoon is trying to follow the dance moves. So even saying the lyrics, even me saying the lyrics to you will get a copyright claim from a music label. So I'm not going to play anything. I'm going to say the titles. That might get a copyright claim. Ugh. But yeah, so that's the nightmare that her music label is. So let's start with The Sign. Okay, so this was an immediate boost to my self-confidence. It is messy. There's a lot of sounds going on here. I liked it as an opener because it very much feels like it's Lizzo returning and acknowledging like, hey, I'm back. But I wish the sound was a little bit more focused. I think she could have pulled it back into having a little more bite to it, like a little like in your face, when what the result is just a lot of sounds going on. About Damn Time, obviously a huge hit. It's interesting. I was underwhelmed when I first heard that song months ago. I've warmed to it, but I'm still kind of meh on it. Like it's fine, but I'm not blown away by it. I love it. So many people love it because I love Lizzo and I love she has a huge hit with it. But yeah, I'm still kind of meh on it. Girls is number 3. I know there was a lyric controversy to this. I didn't hear the song. This is the first time I'm hearing it. This is fun. I like it. This feels like a radio-friendly song. Yeah, it's got a catchy beat to it. It feels like a pure pop song, and that's what we want from Lizzo sometimes. So yeah, this is a great pop contribution to her album. To Be Loved, Am I Ready? It has a very 80s feel to it. It literally feels like it could be a track that's playing during one of those like 80s exercise videos, like Olivia Newton-John Physical. So I love the sound of it, but actually the thing I love most about it is the message that it's not about the other in a relationship. It's about you in a relationship. I found that really interesting. Super fun track and a really great message as well. I love you, biatch. My first reaction was, oh, that's it? Like I looked at the time afterwards to see, was that an interlude? No, it's 2.5 minutes long. It feels like the kind of song where someone had an idea for a hook for a song and then they never really developed it beyond that. Like, yeah, it's kind of a catchy hook, but there's really no substance there at all. Special is number 6. And I did turn this song on when she released it a couple months ago, and I didn't even make it through the whole thing. I turned it off because I just thought it was so like meh. So I did listen to the whole thing this time around, and it's fine. It's like, yeah, these songs are going to sound great for 15 seconds on the soundtrack of a movie or TV show. It's going to, oh wow, there's Lizzo. But to listen to the whole thing for 3 minutes, it's very basic, and I'm not blown away by this track at all. Break Up Twice. This is in the pro column of this album. I like the R&B groove to it. Once again, I'd like her to strip away some of that sound. Like listening to this, I wanted her to take like the Janet Jackson approach and like just have an accompaniment of like a keyboard or an electric guitar. Like Lizzo has the vocals to do that. I think it'd be really surprising for her to just strip everything down and just have a really simplistic R&B like ballad to it, a slow jam. So no, I do like this. I just feel like it could have been amazing, but it's like more like a B+ level. Everybody's Gay. So along with About Damn Time, this feels like the most complete track on the album in that it feels 100% thought through and delivered on that level. Like all these sounds work cohesively together. It's not like a jam session where let's throw that in there, let's throw that in there. No, this feels like everyone knew what they were doing and brought everything to the table. So yeah, this is a great track. I love that Lizzo is promoting the idea that the gay community is very inclusive. I don't love the idea that she's like putting like this idea forward once again that my sexuality is a choice and like you can be that for a night. That's not how it works. But I do love the happy, inclusive idea of this track. Naked. Yes! So I still think Lizzo needs to strip down the production a little bit, and that's my number 1 note for this album. But no, this track is it. Like it reminds me of Lizzo dancing to D'Angelo's Brown Sugar during Rihanna's Savage Fenty show. Like this track is sexy, it's confident, it's fun, it's defiant. This is what I love from Lizzo. Birthday Girl. Okay, so where are we on this album? Sorry, I just hit the camera. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is number 10, right? Yeah, this is track 10. So as I do these, I'm trying to like, as I give you my reaction to each track, I'm trying to also formulate my opinion of the album as a whole. So I thought I had an idea where this album was going, but now it's like these past few tracks have been much better. So I don't know where this is going to land, but yeah, Birthday Girl, another great track. We'll see if this can challenge like Happy Birthday more than Katy Perry's Birthday did. But yeah, once again, this track feels like Lizzo knew what she was doing with it. She wanted it, she knew exactly how she wanted the sound, and we got that. If You Love Me, this is an interesting one. I don't love it on a first listen, but all the things I was saying that Lizzo was doing in terms of adding a lot of bells and whistles to tracks that were unnecessary, those aren't here. And so there's definitely a different tone to this track, which I find interesting. I'm going to listen to this track more and more to see what's really going on here, but I really appreciate it as her doing something different. So this is a very solid album track. This is in the win column of this album that's all over the place. Oh man, then we had to go do that for the closer. Okay, so it's called Coldplay. So you name it after one of the biggest bands in the world. You sample one of their biggest songs ever, and that track was an absolute mess. I don't know what Lizzo was doing with that track. I don't even know what to say about it. It's a terrible song, and not only that, you're making it the closer of your album, and you're sampling Coldplay's Yellow. What a terrible decision. So, okay, so after all that, I gotta take that last element and bring it into my first assessment of this album. So it's all over the place, clearly. Talk about highs and lows. Yeah, I mean, if you go through it, there's probably, I guess, about 6 or 7 tracks that I would keep. The rest of them, the other half, I never want to hear again. So how do I put that into a review of an album? I always look at the dividing line being B-, I recommend, C+, I don't recommend. I'm going to give this a C+, because Lizzo is better than this, and we hear it on the tracks that are good. I don't know what happened with those other tracks that they're like, I came up with an idea for a song, and that's all they are. You didn't really develop them into full songs. Lizzo can do better than this. I think we need to expect better from Lizzo. So yeah, there are good tracks on this album. I guess there's about 6 of them. So I'm going to give this album a C+, because Lizzo, you can do better. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Special?